So, I started to set aside the Philippine stock market and pursue investment on U.S. stocks because blue chips company in U.S. are actually volatile and potential growth is actually penetrating in terms of worldwide consumerism. So in terms of investment, I learned the fact that I just don't like the idea of short day trading or scalping, where I would waste my time and energy engaging on the activity and finding companies na hindi ko naman actually naiintindihan. So I'm not also a professional trader, but I'm confident that most amateur or beginner like you, long-term investing is beneficial and less risky than doing short-term trading, which requires you the time, strategy, and skills. So the reason why I'd like to invest on U.S. stocks because most of their built companies are actually companies that can make an impact in the lives of every people in the future and not just based on how I see it statistically. So yung investment ideology na believe ko is that looking for companies is not only for the money but how you can help the company to thrive in an ecosystem so that it can soon change people's life. So let's begin. I will summarize my portfolio in order to invest on US stock market. If you are in the Philippines, you can find broker to invest like eToro, which is you are recommend to have a passport and $200 minimum deposit. So number 2 is that you can actually sign up for interactive broker, but this website is actually expensive as of now. So let's begin. I signed up on eToro last week. After signing up on eToro, you are actually free to choose your strategy. Yung platform na ito is actually okay siya kasi pwede kang mag-copytrade ng other successful investors. But for me, I'd like to invest based on my own analysis. So in terms of losing money, I am the one responsible no matter what happen. So nasa sa inyo ang decision. But I recommend that if you are a beginner, wala ka pang pan-register qualification na hinihingi nila for foreign stock like US. So try investing first on preferred country. Para sa atin yung Philippine stock market. Here are the list of stock brokers in the Philippines. Call Financial. Number 2, Philstock. Number 3, BDO Nomura. Number 4, BPI Trade. Number 5, First Metrosec. So before you invest, try to study first the economic market. Then hanap na lang ng mga videos sa YouTube. But you also need to make some minimal risk from time to time. Diyan ka actually nag-learn eh. Huwag kang matakot na magkamali for your first and second trade. Losing money is actually normal at first, but in the long run, it's already abnormal. Bruh. So I reveal my stock portfolio for after 5 days of signing up. I check every company in FISBs and the company that I'd like to buy. These are actually example of blue chips company that can grow for years because these companies are well performing for almost 10 years and still thriving the business ecosystem. So if you can see, all of my investments are red the moment I had bought it, or I'm actually losing a profit, but based on my analysis, those red are just temporary. I will hold this investment for the next 2 years and let's decide if I really was losing the game. So using Instagram and by analyzing the pattern like the Facebook company, let's try to project it on screen. If nag-invest ako dito, then we are confident that there is already a cure on the crisis probably at this point of time. Continuous ang investment strategy natin habang palubog yung market. So very optimistic tayo sa point na ito kasi wala naman pupuntahan yung stock sa baba unless aakyat siya ulit. So I'm still on a search for 2 to 4 companies to close my portfolio. But as of now, wala pa akong plan. Hold lang muna tayo. Let's wait for another opportunity. So my strategy in investing is choosing only the quality that can withstand a growth for the next 5 to 10 years. I limit my options para madali ma-monitor at ma-control. So I will not diversify anymore to other companies. Because we don't actually know how long will the market crash. So I forgot to tell you also how important is having a reserve money on that account for future investments, especially in this time of crisis. So kung makikita mo sa account ko, meron pa akong $300 uninvested. Which means that paglubog ng stock market natin sa time ngayon is hindi pa totally nasusubaybayan. Just like in 2008 recession, it had lasted for almost 1 year, and in this pandemic crisis, we are still on the first quarter of the year and still the virus is still unsolved. Hindi talaga natin malalaman kailan pa ito lulubog at lulubog, and if that time happens when the stock market continues to crash at 60 to 80%, kung inubos na natin yung reserve cash natin by investing it on a whole, we might regret the opportunity to buy while it's going downward and to gain a profit after it will recover afterwards. So I have the strategy here. As long as you keep invested during the downward trend, you will still land on that optimistic option that the market will still recover afterwards. So you will see in my portfolio, I also invested in Tesla because I just like their technology. If you ask me what car should I buy in 2030, it would be electric car. Walang duda. And Tesla company is an example of an electric car that would soon park on every streets of our highway. So if you look at my portfolio, I also included the Royal Caribbean cruise ship. Hindi ako masyadong confident sa pagbili ko nito kasi it is actually on a risk of unprofitable at this moment of time. They are ready to cater customer that probably took months or worse a year if the virus was still there. But upon looking at their stock value na kung saan totally lumubog sila, looking at their historical records that they are well-performing business. So why not I give a shot onto investing onto it. Finally, if you look onto my portfolio, there you can see how I invest on crypto such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm not sure how it can change the world of currency maybe 10 to 15 years, but I'm actually pretty sure I would not regret investing on such technology. So hindi na ako magbibigay ng further info why I invested on cryptocurrency. Just look upon other videos that may help you wonder why. And besides, I invest on it based on emotion and my vision of the future. From time to time, maybe after 4 months, I will add my balance fund to $300. The fund was already budgeted. So in terms of my total portfolio, my stock investment is actually 60% of my total spending. So you need to diversify your cash, not just on stock investment but on other things. Kasi masyadong volatile yung stock market, so hindi mo alam kung kailan babagsak at kung kailan ka malulugi. The breakdown of my investment portfolio can be seen to my future videos, and I'll give you some tips how you can make an investment portfolio that is less risky and can potentially thrive and grow.